Welcome back, students. So far, we have studied about the process of photosynthesis, in which plants use carbon dioxide and water from surrounding. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they form their own food, that is, carbohydrates, and also give out oxygen. So let us have a quick revision of that. I have few questions that I will be asking from you, and try to think and answer those questions. So the first question is that where do the photosynthesis happens? In which part of the plant photosynthesis happen? Whether it happens in the roots, whether it happens in the flowers, whether it happens in the leaves. Yes, most probably that the answer will be the photosynthesis happens in the leaves, because leaves are the food factories of the plant where photosynthesis occurs. And my next is, when does the photosynthesis happens? It can happen during day or it can happen during night or both times. Yes. So the most accurate answer is that photosynthesis happen during the day, because the only at that point, at that time, the plants are able to receive sunlight. But also artificially, we can give warmth to the plants, we can give heat to the plants, which also help them to make their own food. So what are the inputs? If you remember the equation that we have studied, that was carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives us glucose and oxygen. So what are the inputs? Inputs are the carbon dioxide and water, which it is using as a raw material, which is used by the plants as a raw material. And what are the outputs? The products which we achieve, which plants achieve, sorry, as a product. Those are carbohydrates, that is the glucose, that is sugar, food, that is the food of the plant, and the oxygen. Those both are the outputs. So hope you are clear with the equation of photosynthesis. Next is, what happens to the energy that is created, the food that is produced in the leaves of the plant? What happens? That food, yes, it is stored in the leaves of the plants for further utilization of it for the various functionings of the plant. So now let us discuss that why is the photosynthesis process so important, that it can also affect our lives, our human lives, and all the other organism lives also. How is it so important? Because we depend upon plants directly or indirectly. As you remember the story that I have told you in the first part of the video, that the lion was indirectly dependent upon the grass, like that is the food chain. In the food chain, lion was dependent on the fox, and fox was dependent upon the rabbit, and rabbit was dependent on the grass, that is he eat carrots. The lion died because he was not able to eat the foxes died because they were not able to eat the rabbit, because they died because there was no grass. That is the food chain. So we all need oxygen to survive. We all, as a humans, all other organisms around us, they all need oxygen to survive in by taking in during the respiration, and we release carbon dioxide. So if there will be no plants, there will be no photosynthesis, then there will be no oxygen all around us, and we will simply not be able to inhale oxygen. As there will be no oxygen, so we will also not survive on earth. So this is simply that how important photosynthesis is. If there will be no photosynthesis, the plants will not get food, they will also die. And also, if the plants will die, whole of the food chain will be affected, and all the other organisms will also die. So this is how photosynthesis is important for us, and important, equally important for us as well as for the plants. If the plants will make their food, only then we will survive.